Okay.
15 seconds. Me, and only me.
Okay, choosing favorite.
Alright, I just.
No, just give the disclaimer is all it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna deafen. You're alive. Sorry for the delay, folks. It's just kind of hectic trying to get everything organized. It's always fun trying to get the stream set up properly. Also, y'all hear me, right? Y'all can hear me properly? Hold on, let me turn down the music. Just a minute. Okay. Alright. So, obviously, before this stream starts, gotta toss out that disclaimer. That's what we have to do. So, these streams are not for kids. I just want to get that cleared away. They are not for kids because the stuff we say, the stuff we talk about, ain't exactly safe for work. It's got like a you know, immature thing like 17 plus ordeal, 16 plus whatever. But regardless, the stuff we say, no for it is not for kids. You've been warned. You're a kid. Get out of here. All right, let's get to it. All right, people can hear you now.
You know, Larry the cucumber is he kind of.
And that's what people. And that's the first thing that people hear when I freaking undeafen.
That's the point.
That's normal at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what you really expected from me. It's a stream that I'm on. There's bound to be comments like that. I don't know how you're not used to this by now.
Hey, I posted I posted the stream link on Chroma's server, so hopefully I'll get some headway. Probably not.
Yeah, well, like, you know, people. I know people who like usually watch the stream, but they're like, oh yeah, you know, I know you guys are streaming today, but I'm not going to be watching because I'm spending Valentine's Day with like some shitty person that you don't care about. So
That's the point.
I'm kidding, kind of. Yeah, so because today is
everyone, the stream is not about that at all, really.
Yeah, because today's National Suffer Day, I'm making myself suffer by drawing in that old art style that I hate drawing in because I like doing that occasionally.
I thought it was National Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah, so National Suffer Day. Got it.
There.
So you're telling me that my tweet about my heart is all for nothing? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
Yep,
no.
yeah. I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm just saying the theme of the day is suffer. That doesn't mean that yours is inherently invoking suffering.
You're suffering from
What the fuck are we doing?
We doing the things we do. That's what we do.
Yep.
You could have worded that one differently, Dana. You know for a fact you could.
Hey, huh?
You know what?
Oh, I could have.
Anyway.
You know what I...
Well, with that craziness out of the way, welcome to the Insanimators.
No idea.
Insert funny intro here.
Yeah.
I don't know where Ark put like his like little list of different
intros.
List of intros. You know, no, hold on. I'm actually gonna text him.
You're gonna look for the list of intros when we're already live.
Yo, you got that list.
Our proper intro has been postponed until Mason can find it.
Because it's like there's so much shit
He
here
can.
that I can't find it. It's best to get at the source. I mean, he's online right now. I don't see why not. You entertain the crowd while I'm doing this.
No.
Okay, so I learned that everything is gay.
Dumbass.
Fair. So I had to do a performance in my theater class today, and basically we were put into groups of 3, and one person would write a play, and the other people had to perform it.
Oh Lord, what did you do?
You see, here's the thing. Most people, it was supposed to be like an argument thing. Like, you were supposed to write out an argument. And normal people did like, oh yeah, just 2 friends arguing, you know, or like, just like some funny comedic thing.
Pretty standard.
But the person who's put in charge of writing our play put like a center of the earth, end of the world scenario with like gods, like, bro! And I had to be the villain.
When you were the villain?
Yeah, I was the villain.
I mean, you got the perfect laugh for it, though.
I mean, but there was no villain laugh. It was supposed to be one of those villains that you're supposed to feel bad for.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah. I do have the fake cry voice down though, so I'm glad about that.
Hey.
Oh boy.
But it's kind of funny because right before that, it was like some like funny coffee shop scenario, right? And then there's like a bunch of other things where it's like, what in the Disney Channel is this? You know, like, it was very standard, and then we get to ours, and it's like, don't go down this path. It's not worth.
All right.
You were the chosen one.
I got the list.
Okay.
All right, so welcome to the Insanimators, where every day is cringe day. There we go.
That's
Judging
what
by
we were
how
waiting for?
everything, that's fitting.
Yeah, we're crossing. Okay, so we're crossing that off the list. We can't say it anymore. That's it. Nope. Like, we're not using that intro anymore.
Good. It was terrible.
Welcome to the Cringe-amators, where everything is insane anyway.
That sounds like a fucking, like... That sounds like an NFT of the Insanimators.
Dude,
It does!
that sounds like a 2012 YouTube poop parody.
Oh, God.
Anyways, welcome to the Insanimators, like 10 minutes after we started.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
it's not my
that's-
fault, okay?
Today we'll be talking about...
My brain don't want to cooperate.
We waited 10 minutes for the line, welcome to the Insanimators, where every day is cringe. We waited 10 minutes for that line.
And we're gonna wait a little longer because I wanna talk about the program I'm using for this lovely music that y'all are hearing.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, no.
like Pretzel Rocks is a free browser thing that you can use for your streams, and don't worry, you won't get slammed with a DMCA copyright strike or be attacked by those copyright bots that people have the unfortunate circumstance of getting slammed by, even if they're only using like a few seconds of a certain song. Pretzel Rocks can protect you from all of that because they have streamer-friendly music that you can play for either YouTube, Twitch, or Odyssey, which I honestly still not have heard much from that.
Fun
Mason.
fact, we're actually not sponsored.
Yeah,
Not
I was about to say,
sponsored
it's like...
Yet.
What? You're just trying to
You're
get them to
green.
sponsor us!
Well, no, here's the thing, because I managed to get... spoiler alert, guys, I managed to get Pretzel Rock affiliate. So, who's to say that Insanimators won't be getting that either? It's easy. We just gotta, you know, get all that shit sorted. And boom, there you go. We'll be able to... We'll have another affiliate under the belt instead of just Game Castle for God knows how long we've had it. But anyway, Pretzel Rock.
We
it's
love
free,
Game
it's
Castle. We love Game Castle. Shut up.
I mean,
Mason, your
I'm not saying
opinion
it
is
sucks. I'm
objectively
just saying
wrong.
that, you know, I'm tired of it staring at me in the face.
That being said, welcome to the Insanimators!
We love all of you, but we can and will bully you.
Mainly
That-
Smee,
that's what
but
we do here.
that's fine.
And today we're gonna be talking about...
Drum roll.
Aw.
I don't have a drum roll sound effect.
You suck. So
Hey!
time to talk about The real reason that we're on this stream.
Demons.
Jesus. You were glitching out
Demons.
like crazy.
Wait.
You were glitching out like crazy, Dave.
I'm not saying anything.
It wouldn't matter. It would not matter. Anyway.
At all.
Trying
Today
my best.
Today we're going to be talking about a war that some people may not even know, and that is the war between indie projects versus the mainstream projects. Indie projects like Undertale, Friday Night Funkin', like Cuphead, versus the mainstream, Marvel, Disney, DreamWorks, all that shit.
I like how we compared the mostly games to mostly movies.
Those are the only ones I know, okay? I'm a media man.
Dude, there's the
Sneaky
fucking
demon people.
there's the Batman X Lego Batman games. Yes, so there's that. There, that wasn't so hard, right?
But yes, we're talking about it's kind of like a battle of popularity for most. Some indie games are able to basically reach that popularity easy, but some are kind of a struggle. They're slow to start, but eventually they start building up and developing a really good fan base.
I didn't even know.
We're not
this
even
was
talking
a
about
topic.
the art of being popular. Where?
Wait, didn't we already talk about that?
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're not talking about it this time.
Oh yeah, I've yet to do my homework on this one.
Oh God!
I didn't even know what the topic was until you just said it.
Welcome to the Insanimators.
No, I wasn't even supposed to be on this stream. What the?
Yeah, you can thank someone for that. Not gonna name names.
He's in the thumbnail.
Shh.
Fuck you, Aiden.
What?
Wow.
We are not blaming Aiden here. Aiden is busy boy.
No, I actually am blaming Aiden. I don't care.
Kind of.
But anyway, so yeah.
There's a lot that goes into indie versus mainstream. There's time, there's money, there's passion, a care for the art.
Oh, then I can probably nail this pretty well. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
So I guess we should start by talking about it in terms of production, indie versus mainstream.
Well, mainstream is for pussies who don't want to do a bunch of work.
Oh no! Sweep!
No, listen, it's my job to
Is
slander
that
everybody.
absolutely terrifying?
Alright, then how does one slander indie?
You couldn't get into mainstream? What's wrong with you, bro?
I guess in terms of when it comes to production in indie, obviously a lot of time and care is put into these projects, and obviously I have to reference the more popular franchises, the more popular indie projects. Hazbin Hotel, Undertale. Would Cuphead count?
Yeah.
I'd say Cuphead counts.
Yeah, Cuphead. Obviously, you can tell that a lot of love and passion was put into these projects, but the downside of it is that it takes a long time to even get those things out the door. As for mainstreams, they could pump that shit out all the livelong day.
Not that they're always good at it, but
Exactly. Fucking exactly. Looking at you, EA. No, actually, Activision's probably the bigger culprit on this one, but I don't want to go on a rant about that.
dude, every single Call of Duty game is almost exactly the same, and you can't change my mind.
You're not technically wrong. At this point, they're just getting desperate. Like, they lose, like, the only way we can make better Call of Duty is if we make more Call of Duties. Like,
Right.
Duty bang bang.
that is like ass backwards thinking.
Well, like, I think the last time they made an actual necessary or even like a game-changing improvement to a Call of Duty game was Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
And that was it. That
That was it. Like, nothing's changed since then. Oh, we got more maps and DLCs. Okay, but it's still just.
It's actually
shooting each
sadder
other
when
to
you
play video
realize
games.
that, like, when they add old maps to their games, you realize that their old shit's better than their new shit.
Right.
Black Ops 2 still $60.
But enough about this stuff. Anyway, mainstream pumps this shit out to live long day, like, because they have teams. They have large teams. Like, having them work hard on these projects, which is kind of like, I think that's Disney's issue right now, because they're pumping out movies left and right, but they're not giving them time to breathe. They're not giving them time to actually, you know, spread the wings and fly.
I think the movie that suffered the most from this has been Frozen 2, actually. Because,
Why
like,
would you say that?
if you look at the... Well, because if you...
I thought
That
about Encanto.
Encanto actually wasn't that bad. It was like a little rough initial viewing. But like, the more I watch it, the more I like it.
You see, this is
But then- I was gonna say, well...
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, with Frozen 2, you can tell they were rushed. Like, if you watch the documentary of the making of the movie, or the docu-series, I forget what it actually is, there's, like, this one line that stands out, because it was, like, right after the test screening, and they realized they had to change a lot. And, like, a lot to make it, like, more appealing to the kids, right?
Yeah, because honestly, like, I
the
want to
first-
say, like, at the end of it all, that's really what they made it for. Like, all the little children that are super fans of Elsa.
Well, like they had a good
Spider-Man.
story for them. Like, the general consensus is that most audiences liked parts of it.
At least, you know.
And, you know, they seem to have a really, really good and ambitious idea going for them. But then there came the test screening, where a lot of kid audiences didn't get a lot of it. The adult audiences enjoyed it. It was a bit exposition-y from what I've heard.
There
Yeah.
was
Like,
a lot of beginning,
you know,
not enough end.
Yeah, but and there was this one line at the end of the test screening that one of the writers or directors, I forget which one it was, said, "We haven't missed a deadline before, and we're not gonna miss it with this one."
And see, that's where the issue
And it-
arrives about deadlines, because that's the thing about mainstream. They're usually a lot of, like, AAA companies are strident on deadlines. Hence why, why Call of Duty is like an annual thing. Like, Activision is forcing it to be an annual thing. They need to keep pumping it out every single year, otherwise people are gonna get sus.
Well, the way the guy said it in the docu-series, it sounded like he was being held at gunpoint.
Well, I mean, he works.
You've never missed one before, and God,
he works at
we're gonna miss
Disney,
one
so that
now.
explains it.
We are not going to miss the marketable holiday season.
Yes, we've never missed one before, and God damn it, we're not missing one now.
Yeah, like, and which is why I'm more appreciative of the indie side of things, because, like, obviously they do want a date to release, and they want to be able to get it out as soon as they can. But obviously, I appreciate it more when they, you know, take their time and like, literally, I remember seeing a game trailer for a game I do not even remember, and it said, like, it's coming out when it's ready. Like, they did not set a date, they did not set a year. It's literally saying it'll be out when it's ready to come out.
Oh, dude, that's what I say about my projects all the time. Like, I'm not gonna promise. I'm not gonna make a promise I can't keep. It's done when it's done, and that could be anywhere from a few months to a few years. And I'm not going to promise a single thing.
I could just imagine that there's, like, this one project that's been gathering dust in your office, and you have not touched it for years, and you realize, I should really get back to doing this.
Oh, dude, that's I yeah.
Well, it's why I'm not releasing because I have like little teasers in mind for Project L whenever we get dubs rolling out. It's why I'm not releasing those until we've already recorded the dubs.
Right.
Like coming soon. The next day they're out. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Also, guys,
But maybe like in a few weeks from there, you know?
Yeah.
Audience, if it wasn't obvious enough, we're all pretty much on the indie side of this. Mainstream can just go sit on a stick.
It kind of reminds me, you know how like for Security Breach, Five Nights at Freddy's went to like a mainstream company, and then and then people rushed them, and then they're like, okay, fine, we'll give you a fucking rushed product then, and then people complained because it was shit. Like,
we'll give you Gigamonty.
Golly.
Yes, the animatronics will disappear in the elevator. What about it?
Yes, you can multiply Montgomery Gator and make it to where his AI is so dumbed down that like it. That's one of my favorite glitches in the entire game, because his AI is so dumbed down that to the point where it's just like, when alerted, kill. That is all his AI becomes, is when alerted, kill.
That's kind of funny.
It's hilarious.
So when that fiasco happened that we will not talk about, like they gave it to a company and they're just like, fuck, are we supposed to do with this?
Right, they were just given a bunch of ideas.
I wouldn't bash Security Breach too hard because they were trying their best.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, I really love Security Breach. I think they did a great job on it. I really do like not having to walk around in just look around in a singular office. I really enjoy how much you interact with that. I enjoy the gameplay. I do enjoy Security Breach. I was just bringing it up as an example because this is why indie projects do better, because Scott, when he made his games, worked at his own pace. But when it's a big company, people expect things from it, and they're going to rush a big company because, oh, it's a big company, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. You clearly have a lot of people on board, you know? And then and they're not as forgiving when there's a rushed, shitty product.
It also kind of reminds me of like, and this is more focused on mainstream Bethesda, when Doom Eternal came out. Mick Gordon was obviously the music producer, he made all that shit. But when it came to mixing them, Bethesda, I think they rushed him. And obviously Mick wasn't going to be able to get those mixes done on time. So he was able to get The Only Thing They Fear Is You. But after that, I can't remember if they fired him or if he just left. And then they gave it to another audio mixer who's good, don't get me wrong, but he just didn't. But it's just like he was a little confused on how to properly mix up the music that Mick Gordon produced. And so we ended up getting like awkward mixtures of certain songs.
Right. You know,
Well,
I know this. Oh, go ahead.
You first.
No, you go first.
No, you.
No,
Hey,
you were on the tangent.
Fine.
You go first. I was about to bring up another subject. You'd say your thing first.
I was gonna bring up another subject too, bitch!
You go first.
Man, forget the battle of
Like
originality.
American
This is the battle of generosity.
No, go ahead.
No.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna fucking choose. Eeny, meeny, miny, Dana, go.
I already forgot! That's why I'm telling Sweet to go!
That's why I was telling you to go, because I knew you'd forget.
But I already forgot!
Okay, well, Smeeb, I guess you have the floor now.
This is kind of going back to that whole Disney thing where they've just not been giving their movies enough breathing room. They've been producing so much bullshit and so much things that is so much that is like absolutely 100% mid. And
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Right, and so whenever they produce, I've noticed, especially with Encanto and Luca, like whenever they produce something that's just even just mildly above mid, it like gets a huge fandom because in comparison it's the best shit ever because they've been producing the shittiest content.
But as soon as the movie's out there, they're just like done, on to the next.
Right.
Thing is with Encanto and Luca, I feel like Luca, I don't think is entirely fair to put in here because they were obviously going for a much simpler story than what they had been doing recently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
but
they were very, very clearly going for a more simple story idea as opposed to, say, big sweeping journeys and shit.
I mean, was it really just like this whole town just hates sea monsters?
Yeah, they could have explored that a little bit more. That's like the only complaint I have for it is they could have explored the we hate sea monsters bit even more, but the story itself was more just about two kids being friends, being kids.
Stairs with 5 feet apart because they're I'm not gonna finish.
You know what really got to me? The ending of that movie because like
Spoilers.
because it's just like all of a sudden we just are completely tolerant of sea monsters and shit.
Yeah, again, that was a little rushed, and that was like those are the main bits. Was the town hating sea monsters bit?
Yeah.
So I guess to sum up this whole thing is like indie producers, they take their time with their shit and they release it when it is ready. Mainstream?
For the most part. For the most part.
Mainstream? No. You meet the deadline or you're fired.
Yeah.
I
think this is very much. It's worth noting. This is us generalizing, by the way.
Yeah, like
yeah, absolutely.
There are of course, going to be exceptions to both of these standings.
yeah, because let's face it, some indie companies, although they make great games, sometimes they're pieces of shit.
Oh, dude, giving me war flashbacks to that one company that made Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Oh God, no.
I don't know, and I'd rather not know. And we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
But like, okay, so obviously production comes in play, and of course it depends on how much is worked on before meeting a deadline. But of course, they can't really work on it without payment. So, which brings us into the next little branch of indie versus mainstream, finance.
Yeah. This is one where it on the indie side of thing, it really, really, really depends on a lot of things, including how committed they are to the project.
And
Like-
in fact, some projects tend to like release on a whim. Like it's like literally a coin flip of whether it's going to be a resounding success or a catastrophic failure.
Well, or take projects like, say, Friday Night Funkin', for example. They made that for a game contest with no monetary gain. They just made it for fun.
And I guess they fucking won that by a landslide.
I don't know how the contest went, but my lord, they're not doing it just for fun anymore. Actually, they still kind of are, now that I think about it. Like, I'll get into that point when we get to it.
But
Yeah.
like, and more often than not, a lot of indie projects, they activate Kickstarters just so they can have the funds necessary to keep working on their projects. Because, unfortunately, we live in a day and age where freedom is not free.
Society.
Yeah,
We live in a society.
basically. Like literally,
Well,
look, I could say, like, if I could pull up that image, if I could. Actually, you know, I'm gonna pull up that image right now. Entertain the crowd. I'm gonna look it up.
To be fair, I think creators deserve to be paid for their work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's also that's why there's so many like teams of volunteers that work on passion projects, because it's just a lot of the time it's just not realistic to have a team that gets paid like that. Like,
Oh yeah, like take my projects with Ink Rabbit, for example. Everyone who works in Ink Rabbit animations works on an exchange of services agreement. So basically the idea of, hey, you lend me your voice, or hey, you lend me your art, I will lend you whatever services I am able to provide in exchange for that.
Pause, take a
Exactly.
Pause, take a look at the moment to see the image I put on the draw file.
Oh my god.
Scared.
This is literally today.
This is literally-
This is the day. This is our day and age where this is actually legitimate.
Also, a little bit off topic. Dom, what do you think of my shitty anime attempt?
Oh no. Not bad. It's like what Ark said in the chat is good.
Oh, Ark said something in the chat. Didn't notice him. Thought he was dead.
All right.
Um.
Steve, I got an idea for you. I got an idea for a drawing.
Okay.
Your favorite franchise. Your favorite characters. Go.
I can't draw!
Oh god, that's a difficult thing to pick. That's a difficult thing to pick.
Spin
I
the
mean,
wheel.
I drew Tanjiro.
Wait, I don't have a favorite franchise.
Who the fuck made my drawing sand? I like. At least
Okay,
make
so-
it the highlight.
So picking it up, like, so for
Like
most
someone draw a character I like for me. Dom, draw Glamrock Freddy for me.
You, that is that's a
Tanjiro.
fucking cop out.
I don't have any ideas.
You heard her, Gregory.
Drawing Tanjiro right now.
Oh, I have an audio. I have like one of those fucking audios that someone at my and someone at my school made it, right? Well, they sent me like a shitty voice message and I pitched it down and like added effects until it sounded right. And no one has ever heard it before, and I'm so happy that I get to birth one of those original memes.
Oh god.
But yeah, totally would draw Glamrock Freddy for you. However, I draw him as a stupid little twink, and because he kind of is. He's a little fruity. He's a little fruity,
Where were we?
but
Oh yeah,
it's fine. We love him.
Were we still on the exchange of services thing I was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say was with. Because in the case of my projects, at least, they are passion projects. They are just they're my babies, and I want to create them. Damn it!
Why do you word it like that?
What? Why? How else am I supposed to word it?
Reason I want to create them.
How else am I supposed to word it, Smings? I don't know how else to
The
word.
best way I could like picture this stream is just that me and Dom are just sitting quietly at the desk while you two are like behind us, like over our heads, yelling at each other.
Someone has to draw that in the draw pile, please.
Fine.
After I draw Tanjiro.
Okay, so
But yeah, I mean, there's a couple other projects that I'm a part of. There's this one that they want me to be a voice actor for, and I always get the fucking kid characters, and I'm mad. But,
You have a good kid voice, Smeeb.
I beg to differ.
Oh no.
thank you, Mason. Very cool.
Oh, very original.
Very
You're
Um,
playing my cat. I like the cat
so
shit.
there's this one person.
Hey, wait,
There's
hang
this
on.
one person who makes like their own comic, and they were like, "Man, I'm gonna start uploading comic dubs of my own comic here. I think you should have this voice." And I was like, "How does the character sound?" They're like, "I don't know." What?
oh god,
They're like,
that's
I don't-
probably like one of the worst ones where it's like you're given a role, but they don't have a voice for the character, so you literally just have to make up your own.
Yeah, and I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know how it sounds?" "I don't know how it sounds yet. I don't have a voice actor." Well, shit. We're in a pretty sticky situation then.
That's a weird one for me because, yeah, I can get that if you don't have a specific voice in mind yet, and you're like, oh, maybe the voice actor can help me. Typically, you'll still have like a general idea of the sound you're going for.
Yeah.
Whether it's something as vague as a higher pitched voice to something as specific as, say, what I had in mind for Alt when I first cast Aiden.
yeah, like when I asked them about it, I was like, oh, do they have a higher pitched voice? And they're like, yeah. And then I was like, do they have any accents? Probably. What? Probably. What do you mean?
I mean, to be fair, everyone speaks with an accent to somebody.
It's like, what kind of accent do they have? I don't know, but they probably have one. What?
Oh my god, you're...
What
That is the
project are you
worst
in?
from
What the
ever.
hell?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The person is very nice, but they've never worked with voice actors before, and they do not know how it works. Like, they're like this. They're like the same age as me. This is like the first time they've ever done or participated in any kind of project, and so they don't know how to describe the voice they're going for. and I'm like, I want to send in like my voice lines, but at the same time, it's like, what am I supposed to sound like?
I don't know, like, just really, the way I think about it is just go nuts. Like, try different pitches, try different accents, like, literally, it's hundreds upon thousands of different combinations that you can try out, and, like, I'd say at least give them, like, 10 different voices to see, and let them choose, and be like, okay, this one sounds pretty good. Like, no. They cannot be like that. They need to listen to your audio clips, and they need to like say without a shadow of a doubt, this one. I want this voice.
Yeah, I'm planning on hopefully like being able to get into a Discord call with them to just like work it out in a call, because I don't want to have to keep recording different audio files.
Yeah.
And like just to figure out what the voice sounds like, you know, and then once we get it settled, I'm just gonna, you know, record like a little reel of that voice so I can replicate it in the future. Because I've voice acted for a lot of people's projects. Like for some reason, I'm always voicing kids, dead people, or
What?
moms. And
It sounds like you have a wide voice range. Which isn't a bad thing.
Kids, dead people, and mothers.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just what you're stuck with.
It's just what I'm stuck with, dude. It's just what I'm stuck
Kids,
with.
dead people, and mothers.
Can we just
Kids,
have that
dead
as a
people.
quote?
Go ahead.
Kids,
No one's
dead
stopping
people,
you.
and mothers. That's it. No context.
I'm gonna put something in the stream text channel, and I need someone to just tweet this on the Insanimators account because I don't feel like logging in. Hold on.
So are we still on the whole finance thing? I don't think we left the indie branch yet of this whole thing.
Yeah.
So let's see. What else can we talk about in terms of finance for the indie side?
Money is money. The end.
A lot of them are poorly funded, but the ones that are funded enough are usually like through Patreon and all that. But it's really difficult to actually get a lot of funding. Like I've never. Go ahead.
No, I just said yup.
Yeah.
But now,
Okay, stream text channel.
but not only that, it's also just like how the like basically the all-around creator of this project, the leader, director, whatever you want to call it, it's all about how they manage the funds as well, because obviously, you know, some of it has to go to music, some of it has to go to animation, some of it has to go to the gameplay itself, or whatever it is they're working on. So management for like a small indie company, although it's nice to get that funding, it's also a bitch to manage it.
Yep.
So like trying to figure out like what goes to where is kind of a hefty responsibility, especially if you want this project to be like a financial success in a way.
Yeah.
Mainstream, on the other hand,
Mainstream on the other.
they don't have to worry about that shit. they have a whole bunch of people like handling the finances and stuff. And of course, most of that stuff is okay. Let's face it. A lot of the when it comes to finances, that shit's poorly handled, even for mainstream.
Yeah.
Looking at you, FIFA.
Meh.
And I think that's the worst part too. Going a bit of a side rant here, like it's just that a lot of video games nowadays are relying too heavily on microtransactions. For free-to-play games, that's understandable because obviously they got to get monetization somehow. But for games that you still have to pay for, like games that you still have to pay money for in order to play, and still have that stuff, that's when I can't draw the line. Because at that point, especially if you shove it in their face, if you shove their advertising in their face, which don't worry, we're gonna get to the advertising soon. It's like when they're constantly bludgeoning you with all these offers and stuff, and will not stop until you basically cave in and give them your wallet. And that's
My foot is falling asleep.
and that's what's just kind of like, and that's what kind of drove me away from a couple of games, because it's just how hand-fisted they tried to get me to purchase their shit.
I can't sit and draw. My foot fell asleep.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's
Gonna
so-
die. I hate this.
But anyway, yeah, mainstream in terms of funding, they pretty much have all the money they could get. Obviously, there's a limit to that as well, because whatever publishing company like Disney or Activision or EA, like whatever publishing company gives the company that actually makes the stuff, like really depends on how much is required or needed, because sometimes they give them more than enough to work on the project that, you know, they want to get out there. Other times they don't give them enough, and therefore got to work with what they got.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pretend I was paying attention to you.
Yeah, like I think there's a lot of downsides to both indie and like mainstream creation of media.
Well, then going into like shows and shit for a second, you got the situation of some indie projects that go mainstream,
Yeah.
which for the most part can be beneficial, but then you get companies who straight up buy the rights to the property.
Yeah.
Like they literally go hippity hoppity, this is now my property.
NFTs in a nutshell. Anyway. But anyway, it's like I can kind of agree with that, because, you know, like Cuphead, I'd say is a fairly decent example, because obviously, you know, they're getting their own show. I think it's supposed to be coming out this week.
Is it?
That's soon.
Hold
Wait,
on.
what is?
Hold on, I'm gonna check the date. But anyway, yeah, like a game.
No,
Like,
everyone was like, wait, it's that soon? What?
let's see. It's supposed to. When's the release date? February 18th.
Oh, dang, it's coming out in
For
4 days.
what?
Yeah, so yeah, it's coming out this week, this Friday.
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're talking about
Cuphead
like
trailer.
we're talking about like indies becoming mainstream.
No, but what specifically were you talking about for release date?
February 18th, 2022. That's when the first episode of Cuphead is supposed to be on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I heard about that.
But anyway, so yeah, like obviously it's great to have your favorite indie project being promoted as like a big show, or like being able to get more funding. The catch is that whatever company bought them or like made a deal with them, now they have to live under their rules, which is kind of like my worry for Hazbin Hotel, since A24 like made a deal with Vivzy. Like, yeah, you get yeah, she still has control. Yeah, she's able to still make the story, but but for the whole like voice casting roles, the whole like who's gonna be in this, like how it's gonna work out, what streaming platform it's gonna be on, A24 more or less controls that, because obviously indie voice actors, they don't really have a shot in being put into the mainstream. They're usually just kind of cut off and replaced by quote unquote more professional actors.
Yeah. Like, I think that's why I'd never work with a company unless it was very clear in whatever like contract or agreement that I'd still have full control over my project no matter what, as far as like the story and creative shit, right?
Yeah, that's one of the big things I want to keep with Reality Runners is whenever that gets into production, it's my show. I'm making it very clear, it's my show.
Yeah, because like you know, like my series that I refrain from talking about, because every time I talk about it, people are like, "Oh, when's it gonna come out?" And I'm like, I don't want to answer that question.
Literally,
Here, you know,
literally
now
just
you have
happen
an
with
answer.
when it's done.
Yeah, now you have an answer. When it's done.
Yeah, and then they'll proceed with, "When do you think that'll be?" I'm like, "Shut up! It's a shot."
Well,
Just
that's
like,
because
I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I am being a dick about it. I know, but
Anyway,
but like my project has definitely darker or more controversial themes in certain parts of it, but I know that if I got signed with a company for it or whatever, they'd take every single thing I loved about it out. So
Although there is something to note about the resource, like the benefit to going mainstream, in the case, because in some cases, like take say Gravity Falls for example, you get the benefit of having this full team of people at your disposal, like a whole crew of say a whole group of writers, a whole group of animators, and if those tools are utilized properly with a director who is properly passionate and like driven to create what they're creating, then good product. I lost the word midway through.
wait, hold on. Here it is.
Hey, Junior!
we're so nice to each other.
Shut up.
Okay. But I think a really good example of an indie project that was able to successfully and in a very good way like go mainstream, I definitely say the best example as of recently is Smiling Friends. They did really good on that. I will stream it to you!
Yeah, because
You
like,
know I will!
because everybody knows about Zach Hader, like Psychic Pebbles. He made like those more or less fucked up cartoons back in his days. And obviously, you know, you would hear him on Oni Plays because that's where a lot of people know him on. But like honestly, I've never heard about this show until, you know, obviously I've seen the pilot. And like the amount of love and praise I've seen for that show, like it's actually unreal.
Oh, dude, the amount of unironic, like, emo Pim art I've seen.
Oh my, okay, no, Spape, you got to show me pictures because now I'm curious.
Oh god.
No, I was literally
Somebody killed
sitting
the
in
cat.
school one day. I was in school one day, right, and I get like a message from Doddle, and it's like Smiling Friends ship art for no reason. It's like, isn't this cute? And I'm like, yeah, I think that's pretty cute. It'd be cuter if I wasn't in a public space right now, actually, but...
So Smiling Friends is a very good example of like an indie project that becomes mainstream because, do you remember when it got picked up by Adult Swim?
Fighting a bug right now. Hold on.
A while ago.
Yeah, because I remember like Chris O'Neill, he tried to put a show of his own, Leo and Satan. Yeah. Just hearing that name rings bells. But he tried to, like, apparently, like, I remember seeing a video where he, like, made a little announcement about that show where he was kind of, like, negotiating a deal with Comedy Central about having that show on that channel. And obviously, now that it hasn't really come to pass.
Yeah.
That opportunity came and went, but I think the silver lining is obviously, we got smiling friends now. So it would kind of lead to the question of, like, what if Leo and Satan was approved for Comedy Central and was like became a show on there, which honestly is kind of weird in my opinion. I can't really see it being a Comedy Central show, more like an Adult Swim show, or hell, even a Spike show if that was still on thing.
Oh, dude, I remember watching Spike shows with my dad.
Good old 1,000 Ways to Die.
Dude, that was my favorite show when I was like 3, and my mom would get mad about it. My mom would get mad about it. She'd get mad at my dad. It's like, why are you letting her see gore? And he's like, shut up. I mean, she's fine.
But anyway, yeah. So on rare occasions, like, and we're talking really rare occasions, like when an indie becomes mainstream, it like, and if it works out well between both the company that bought them and the people that made it, then yeah, you're gonna be seeing really great success with that franchise, be it video game, show, what have you.
Mason, the way you phrased that just rang of tell me you're a pessimist without telling me you're a pessimist.
You kinda got a point.
Really rare. Tell me you're a pessimist without telling me you're a pessimist.
Freaking butt, where'd it go? I'm gonna slap it with my drawing tablet. Where'd it go?
Jeez.
It's annoying me.
I really be doing things like that though.
But
Just wanna draw Tanjiro in peace.
But yeah, like, going on to the pessimist side of things. Unfortunately, when some indies get picked up by mainstream, that's when it kind of goes downhill for them.
Tell me you're a pessimist. No, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
but it's just like, it's more because, like, they've been given, either the company that bought them is super strict with their rules, or the indie creators get a little careless with the amount of funding that they've received. So, like, really, the way you look at it, if there's not a balance between, like, the mainstream's benefits and the indie's benefits when indie decides to go to mainstream, then yeah, it's bound for disaster.
Or I've also seen times where things like that have happened, and so someone's indie project will get picked up on like a mainstream network, but then they're like, oh no, now there's so many people looking at it. What if this gets interpreted wrong? And then they ruin their own show, and it's so sad to see.
or them succumbing to fans like demands instead of just going with
versus the forces of evil. Star versus the forces
exactly.
of evil.
I've not seen the show, so I would not know.
Now, fun fact. Actually, 2 things. 1, Early Star really helped me with figuring out what I wanted for Reality Runners. It served as a good inspiration for me. And helped me with figuring out how I want mainly the interdimensional travel to work.
But...
And then Star Season 4, was it?
Yeah.
To sum it up in a nutshell, Mason, they caved for the shippers.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I can already tell that's just like when you submit to something like that, ooh boy. Like especially if the creators themselves already had a set like relationship happening, but then they just like, I guess we better do this for the fans.
For the fans!
Honey,
I mean,
it's 3
here's the thing,
p.m.
there's
Time to
nothing-
cave into your fan base.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing wrong with like supporting your fans, but even you need to know when to draw the line.
Like,
yeah,
unless
I think a show that did a decent job with saying, "Hey fans, we see you," for a while at least, was My Little Pony.
And if I'm being
right.
honest,
Oh,
Warner Brothers has been
no.
doing that lately, and it's kind of freaking me out. Because like of all the memes they're like acknowledging, like a lot of the memes that they're pretty much making canon in their universe.
Well, there was this one. I'm thinking of like the 100th episode of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, is what I'm thinking of.
Generation 5.
Yeah, Gen 5. Wait, no, wait, hold up. Which was the most recent generation before now?
You mean like the
I feel like
Friendship
it's
is Magic?
When was Friendship is Magic? When was Friendship is Magic?
Pretty sure it's Gen 5.
Google it.
I think it was Gen 4.
Hold
Hold on, I need to channel my inner, my inner brony.
Oh god.
It's Gen 4, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
I guess I assumed wrong. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, Gen 5 is the current one. But like in the 100th episode, they threw everything and then some. Like the 100th episode focused on the background characters, right?
Right.
Like say Derpy Hooves, like all the fan favorites from the background of the show who some of them hadn't even spoken until this point.
I think I remember this one. Like, yeah, they basically gave her the voice that everybody was expecting and the personality to boot. But
Well, and it was basically. First off, no. Second off, basically it was a big love letter to the fans who watched the show. And they even acknowledged that a lot of the shit they were pulling was jumping the shark by literally having them jump a shark.
That's
Like
funny.
they're all riding through the roads, and then all of a sudden they jump a hill, and an inflatable shark is under them for like half a frame.
Good play on
You know,
words.
I also really there's a downside to that too, especially like when I think the biggest example of this is Rick and Morty, where
Morty still.
people on the crew or the writers or the creator will confirm something about the show on Twitter, but but because it's not in the show, there's no indication of it actually being real, and it seems like a last minute added thing, or people just won't take it seriously, or people will take it too seriously.
See, this is why I like the concept, and I think I've said this before. This is one of the big reasons why I love the concept that I have going with Reality Runners right now, of a show where the multiverse theory is 100% canon. So literally anything that anyone can come up with is technically canon.
So, which is kind of like my issue that I'm seeing in the Spider-Verse, because obviously No Way Home and into the and across the Spider-Verse, yeah, it's like it's definitely mixing up a different bunch of universes and a different bunch of Spider-Men. So, so trying to figure out what's legitimate and what's not, that's gonna be
Well,
that's gonna be an
that's the
obstacle
thing.
course.
That's the thing is, technically in multiverse theory, in bits of media where multiverse theory is canon, technically everything is canon. It's just a matter of what do we see? Like not what's canon, what is canon to the particular version of the characters we're watching.
Yeah, I also it also gets bad sometimes, and projects do get a lot of backlash whenever creators respond to their fan base in a way that they don't like.
Ooh, you just
What?
old memory.
Again, I'm gonna use the Rick and Morty fandom for this.
Well, you'll be taking jabs at that one, aren't we?
Oh yeah, the Rick and Morty fandom is interesting, and it's like people were like, "Oh my god, Rick and Morty is so problematic," and they're absolutely right. But that's kind of like the whole point. And and somebody mentioned the creator on Twitter, and was like, oh, do you know that people in your fandom do this and ship this, and people got so fucking pissed off when the creator responded, dude, I don't care, it's technically canon, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Like
to their face. I would like to hear that.
like, it's on Twitter somewhere. You could probably just search up because it was a response to people talking about ships in the fandom. It's like, dude, literally everything is canon. Like, shut up. Stop policing people's content. This is my fandom, and I say that people can do what they want. And then people got mad about that because they said that people can do what they want.
Which, I mean, like, legit, my stance on it is, as long as it's not A, hurting anyone, or B, illegal, then what's the harm in letting people have their fun, you know?
Right. It was in response to I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Here, you know what? Now I want to be. now I want to be like.
Basically the most widely hated ship in the fandom. You can tell. You already know.
Okay, kind of. I can get a hint.
Yeah.
And flashback to Undertale as well with this kind of.
Yeah. And so the creator was like, dude, I don't care. Do what you want. Like, I literally couldn't care less. I just shut up for a second. I do like creators like that though, where they're like, I don't care what you do with like my media. Like, you know, it's okay to have boundaries with your series, like if you don't want certain content to exist. But I definitely love creators who are like, don't fight people over my content. Like, stop.
You know, it's why I'm over here like one of the things I want to make this a joke with reality runners at some point. If someone doesn't like your fan art of another fandom, say it's reality runners fan art and it'll automatically be canon. or say it's Rick and Morty fan art, because aren't they like another multiverse thing? I still haven't seen Rick and Morty, for the record.
I saw like 4 episodes and I was like, dude, don't do drugs.
But anyway, yeah, it's like you kind of brought up an old memory about like creators pissing off their fan base, and I remember this is more of a mainstream thing. When Blizzard announced a new Diablo game, and obviously, you know, like Diablo 3 was out for such a long time, so when they announced it, everybody was so excited. But when they finally announced it, it was like a Diablo game for the mobile device.
No!
And when that happened, everybody fucking hated it. And how they responded on the presentation was like, "Come on, don't you guys have phones?" You can obviously tell that they thought people would love this. You assumed wrong.
Right.
I may play a lot of mobile games, but even I can acknowledge they suck.
Oh no, even today, like, people get so pissed off at creators with it, like, especially when it's indie projects. But also, like, you know, big teams of animators, mainstream, like, they get mad at, like, the entire network if one person involved does something wrong, and I think that's kind of unfair.
Oh yeah.
For example, today, on Twitter, on the official Cartoon Network account,
Oh dear.
whoever was running the account posted a bunch of ships and was like, which one is the worst? What did you do? What did you do? Why would you do that?
Oh god.
It's still there.
That either like that is I got nothing on that.
Yeah, and they were like, man, because the Cartoon Network account posted this, the entirety of Cartoon Network should be canceled, and it's terrible, and I can't believe that you guys let this kind of thing be on it. This is the reason why, like, you guys are the people who hired Rebecca Sugar
Well, this
shut
is
up.
just, well, that's just Twitter in a nutshell. They'll literally cancel anybody just for having a different opinion than them.
I'm a controversial take. Instagram is worse than Twitter.
Yeah.
How dare you say that? I'm going to cancel you on Twitter.
You don't even use Instagram.
I'll just create an account just so I can cancel it. I'm not.
Oh God, no! Sneeb doesn't need another one of those.
Like
Ow!
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I smell like an old lady. My knee fucking hurts.
So, where are we going about? I think there's like, are we just talking about like indie creators / mainstream creators just pissing off their fan base?
Yeah, like basically just responses to the fan base and how fan bases respond to them like individually, like and differently. Because with indie creators, they'll be like, you know, they'll be canceled and ran off the platform. But
I think there's also a thing worth mentioning, comparing the two. The passion for the project. He wants to actually create.
yeah,
Matters a lot in both cases. Because there are cases where both of them, or both indie and mainstream, will just be seeing dollar bills and nothing else.
That's pretty much the mainstream in a nutshell. We all know this.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of mainstream in a nutshell.
But continue.
And then you'll have these creators who just fall in the middle, being like it's a difference between directors of projects who actively contribute as opposed to directors of projects who just direct, you know?
right.
You know, like I'm gonna use me as an example again because it's the only example I can think of right now.
Fucking narcissist.
Thanks. Wow. Okay. Never mind.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Fight.
No.
The
Oh,
Insanimators
we
Fight
already
Club.
divorced. What else do you want?
Yeah.
I need an Insanimators Fight Club like right now.
Rule number 1 about Insanimators Fight Club. You make sure you talk about it every single moment you get.
Anyways, I was gonna say, in my case, I'm not only like creative director, I actively draw like half the things that I want to create. You know, I plan on fully contributing to storyboards and animation. The reality, I'm properly drawing majority of Project L because comic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and like, yes, I'm getting outside help mostly in writing for Project L because I need that outside perspective to make sure, okay, does this make sense to anybody but me? It's just,
Yeah.
and even with the group of writers, this might come up next time we have an Ink Rabbit episode, I don't know. But when it comes to writing specifically, the amount that my other writers have contributed to the larger story as a whole is absurd. Like it's still the passion project that I came up with, but the team behind it like they care pretty much as I do about it, and that's one of the big things about projects like this.
That's fucking teamwork.
Teamwork makes
Man, I'm so
teamwork.
glad I can contribute in those whole 2 sessions I actually showed up for.
Yeah, hey!
And me, who gets the notifications but doesn't bother acknowledging.
Okay, so I can tell which one of my writers are. I can tell which writers are loyal and not. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm fired.
Yeah, congrats, you got fired live on
Fired.
stream. I'm removing your writer's role as we speak.
I promise I'll be good.
He's
I promise
fired,
I'll
then I don't even know how
behave
many
this
I-
Christmas.
What?
You know what? You know what? It's best not to question. You know what? It's best not to question.
But I think this will roll along well into the next thing. In terms of creating something that you're passionate about and wanting to get those projects out there, obviously you're gonna need to promote it.
I hate doing that.
Which leads into the subject of advertising.
We didn't even finish the subject of passion, but okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
were we on that
me.
one? I'm gonna be honest. Some of these conversations, I kind of zone in and out because I'm focusing on the stream, looking at something else. I may be the host, but even I'm not a good one.
Congrats, we have a shit host this week.
Anyways,
Hey.
so passion for projects, right?
And then you have mainstream where, of course, it all really boils down to the main creator and director of the project.
Yeah.
And it just boils down to a matter of, are they like passionate about this project? Because even if you have you're gonna have the rogue animator who's like, oh yeah, I'm just working on this for the money, which is rare from what I've heard, but you know.
I don't know, no, okay, I want to cut in. There's one content creator I know, he streams he plays video games and stuff, he makes content, he makes really good content, by the way. He said it himself, that he doesn't bullshit you, he literally does it for money, he goes out of his way just to, he's like, be sure to see you next time when I talk about my next sponsorship. I'm not gonna spoil much, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's literally just about money.
Meh.
So yeah, he does not, he doesn't fib, he doesn't sugarcoat it. He literally just tells you straight up about how he feels and what he wants to do. And honestly, I love him for it. He doesn't bullshit. He doesn't wear a mask.
That's what the mask
I fucking hate you! I knew you were gonna do something like that! I knew you were gonna do something like that. I was trying to avoid it, and then next thing you know... But anyway, yes, continue with your thing. Unless you forgot it already.
I forgot, Dana. Do you have anything?
Oh, you think I remember?
Moving on to promoting that thing I hate doing.
Oh no.
I guess we're just kind of segueing into this one now.
Moving on to promoting.
Yes, because we got two insert insult here that can't remember what they were talking about.
Insert insult here. Wow, that's the rudest thing you could have called anyone. So
Cancelled L ratio. You
You
Plus
sound
didn't
like
ask,
my
plus you
brother.
stink. So yes, obviously, if you for indie projects, if they want to, get for indie projects that do want to get funds and do want people to support their Kickstarter, Patreon, whatever, obviously you gotta promote your shit. That's basically just been kind of the thing. You want people to see your stuff, you gotta show them your stuff.
I feel bad when I do it. I feel like one of
sus.
those shitty Discord bots that's like, oh, someone said you're cute in this server, and you it's obviously a scam.
Trust me.
I feel like that whenever I promote.
Well, unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is, especially nowadays. When you can't tell the difference between a legitimate promotional link versus a fish link.
Well, then you have
No.
then you have people like me, where I'll full on focus on a project or an aspect of a project. So say whenever we have enough writing done, I start hyper focusing on drawing project L. I'm gonna forget that Twitter exists. I'm gonna forget that everything exists. I'm just gonna be focused on said project.
I mean, it's not really
Which
a bad thing that
hypothetically
it's
just
not really
But
a
it
bad
won't
thing
be
that
that good
you
if no one sees it or knows about it.
Well, I mean, it's not really a bad thing that you forget that Twitter exists. It's not really a bad thing at all.
Not wrong.
Everybody wishes they could just forget Twitter, but Twitter's always in our lives.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't care what anyone says. I have lived through hell. Instagram is worse than Twitter. And I will die on that hill.
I'm gonna be right back, by the way.
Alright, really abandoning us like that? Okay, I get it.
I need to be!
cringe.
Well, I guess I'll be taking over the spot of like promoting and stuff. Now, in terms of promoting, obviously there's a lot of different ways to do it. The easiest way, obviously, is to promote it on your socials. Well, actually, either promote it on your socials, like your own personal social, or you just like create an account, like some people I know, and promote it that way, so that like whenever it comes to a certain franchise or certain project, like they'll know what company is developing it, so that they'll follow them instead of following the person who created it, which is kind of sad when you think about it.
Oh,
But then again, I guess it kind of like lifts that bit of weight off you if you're like the original creator, but you want to promote your stuff on like a company account.
yeah, that's what I did with Vexus for a while, and then I realized, wait, I don't want people bothering me about the release date, and so I stopped.
Yeah. Now that's the easiest way. The harder way, which obviously involves money, is like getting like paid advertisements, which is not gonna sugarcoat, it's something that we're trying to do. But
You say that like it's a sin.
well, I don't want it to be like, I don't want us to be promoting our shit like, hey dudes, be sure to subscribe to our Insanimators podcast. We're all just wacky, crazy people. All right, poggers.
And die now.
That one was for you. That one was for you, Ark. I hope you liked that.
What the fuck? Man, I'm just trying to sit in my other tab drawing a Slender Man body pillow, and you're sitting here.
But yeah, I don't want us to be that type of advertising where we shove our product into their face when people clearly don't want it. You want to woo people into looking at your product, get them interested, which is what some companies fail to do.
We gotta gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Yeah, like, so in terms of paying for advertisements, obviously there's like paying to have your stuff promoted on a website instead of having to promote on your account. Or like literally some people can go out of their way and like purchase a billboard, like rent a billboard so that they can promote their stuff. I mean, obviously, like the most common thing you'll see is like lawyer shit or like doctor shit. Like really, that's all I've been seeing every time I drive down the roads of Florida. Like it's literally just those kind of advertisements where it's like, have you been injured in a car accident? Here, I'll help you. I've got gonorrhea. but then again, I literally live in that part of the state where it's like considered a retirement place, like literally a place for old people.
Yeah.
So why the fuck am I still living here?
You know exactly why you're living there. So there's been times where I've seen on billboards, like, join our D&D club. Like, dude, I wish I had that kind of confidence. I really do.
Yeah, I guess that's also the thing, is like when you're promoting, you have to literally stand up and tell people that you're promoting this product and that you want people to acknowledge it. So yeah, not gonna sugarcoat. That induces stage fright.
It really does.
So for indie creators, yeah, it's a difficult process to promote their stuff, but as long as they're able to keep people up to date about their projects and making sure that they don't, and make sure that they don't lose interest, then yeah, then they're kind of bound for success in the long run. So the importance of advertising for indie creators is consistency. Like they gotta keep
that thing. I don't have. Holy shit.
Yeah. So like you literally gotta keep your audience interested in your stuff. Otherwise, it's just gonna. Otherwise, that influence, that hype, it's just gonna trickle down like economics.
Consistency. That's thing I don't.
Ew.
I just said that a second ago, Dana. That's so funny. Man, I'm really glad you missed his "I'm totally cool poggers" moment.
Oh no, I heard from the restroom.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I forgot paper thin walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I am not sorry for you.
But so yeah, like for indie creators, it's great, but it's also frightening for
It's very frightening.
for advertising, because when you're putting your project out there, now you caught their attention. Don't lose it.
Right.
And that, but on the mainstream side of things, they can be able to push that shit. Like companies literally have an advertising branch where they can like have people shell out commercials all the live long day. Like they can shell out advertisements all the live long day and keep people interested to the point where it's annoying. Hence why I'm just not so huge on like YouTube's current adpocalypse that's going on.
Right.
And here's the thing, funny thing, I actually looked it up. Like in England and like the UK, they don't get as many advertisements as us Americans do. Actually, no, like not even that much. Like how much? Let's see if I can word this properly. How much advertisements we have on our shows and channels? It actually scares a few of the UK people.
No, it's literally like a dystopian future. Like that's.
Yeah, pretty much so. But yeah, mainstream,
It's a
they
good
can
time
shell
to
out
be a sponsor
advertisements
for
all the
Morty.
live long
Yeah.
day. So literally whether or not you like their product, they don't care. They're shelling out those advertisements.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, so I guess in this particular area, for indie creators, they promote their stuff because they want you interested in their stuff and they want to make sure that you love it. Mainstream, on the other hand, give us your money.
Buy my product. Buy my product. Buy my product.
Buy my product. Buy our shit. Buy our shit. Buy our shit. Buy our shit. Buy our shit.
Give me your money.
Like, there's no, I kid you not. There were times where I like gone on a little self rants about Activision, how they like keep shelling out this stuff just so they can take your wallet, and like I can learn. There's even stuff where I pictured scenarios where they're done asking nicely. They grab you by their shirt collar and just shake you. Give us your money.
Yeah, that's about how it is.
Like there is no game. Give us your wallet.
There is no game. Give me your money. I have your IP address.
But it's just like, but yeah, and that's the unfortunate bit, is that mainstream can get away with that because, well, it's their product and they can show it off as much as they want. But what some don't get is that, like, oh god, I'm getting exhausted. What some companies don't, what some mainstream companies don't get is that they don't even realize how annoying they are because they don't hear themselves talk.
Right.
Because it's not their voice that's promoting their product. Dun dun dun.
Conspiracy theory Insanimators? What?
That's right, we are all fake. We are all AI.
We're lizard
Fake
people.
poop.
Welcome to the
I am
Matrix.
robot. All your base are belong to us.
Turns
Maggie.
out, more than one of us is actually a lizard person.
Shit. I've been spotted. I've been exposed.
Yeah,
I missed
both you and Germ.
You
Get
will
out
not
of here,
you will
lizard
not stop
people.
our plans.
This
We will
is
take
Mason's.
we will take over the world as long as the sun is out.
This is Mason's
Double
new persona. He's
purses?
just a lizard.
I'm a
Yeah,
wizard.
he's just-
like, I'm not just a lizard, I'm a wizard lizard.
No, he's gonna be a fluffy dragon.
I'm a furry
Oh.
and a scaly? Damn.
Exactly.
Damn.
Disappointment.
There are a lot of fluffy dragons out there. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, come on, man. You haven't even seen Kobayashi's son Dragon Maid, have you?
I have.
Don't want to.
I mean, fair enough.
It's a good show.
I have a sister. I have a sister though, and she's weird.
Just because, like, and let me guess, your sister watches that anime, don't they?
She wants to.
I would say, fair warning, it's definitely suggestive as all hell.
I mean, I
then
watched
I'm
it
not
when I was
letting her touch
11
that.
and I was fine.
She's 10. That's a year younger. Not happening.
I actually think you shouldn't trust my judgment on anything, but yeah, good point.
So I guess the long and short of this whole like advertising ordeal is that Indy, they want you to acknowledge their stuff and want you to love it. Mainstream, 3 simple
What's
words.
your money?
4 simple words. Give us your money.
Yep.
All right. What else can we? What other topics can we poke at in this particular area of indie versus mainstream?
We can poke at, hey, how are the sketches going?
I'm on a separate tab finishing up my Slender Man body pillow that I'm being
Oh, you
held
didn't
hostage
tell
to make.
Fred.
He's still working on freaking Demon Slayer.
Oh God.
He is
Look
taking
at
his sweet ass
Tanjiro.
time, which is what a lot of indie creators should do. Which actually,
That's
you know
a
what?
nice segue.
Time. That's a good thing to touch up on in terms of indie versus mainstream.
We already talked about time.
Yeah, didn't we?
Did we?
Yes. It was the first thing we talked about.
I hardly pay attention.
God.
You're not the only one with You're not the only one with ADHD. I think.
You think?
I don't know. I haven't gotten properly diagnosed.
You have a suspicion.
I'm sus.
No! You
Okay.
can't be sus.
Hang on.
Gregory, do you
You're winning my vibe. I can't believe I'm allowing myself to be held hostage to make this.
Yep. Sorry. That's just how it's got to be.
Okay, listen, but listen, I can do double-sided. I'll do double-sided. Just
I'm not. I literally just joined back in because I accidentally disconnected my headphones and just fucked up my whole voice mod. So
Oh.
hopefully chat can still hear me. Am I good to go? Am I still good?
Yes.
We can hear you.
They can hear.
They
Yeah,
can
you
hear
guys
me.
can hear me, but can they hear me?
I don't know.
Big old thunky dunk.
Watch it be like your computer's default mic, and it sounds like you're talking in a microwave.
Nah.
Well, I mean that can be arranged.
No. Hang on. I have a better one. Hang on, my voice mod froze.
Oh. Sucks to suck, I
You
guess.
failed
Okay,
that
okay.
joke.
No!
Love that for you.
Realized. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so Hero's kimono is like a checker pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't want to draw that.
Especially
Sucks
if
to
you wanna
suck,
make
I
it-
guess.
Especially if you want to make it accurate.
Accurate? No! That's not a word!
Which
Oh,
I
says you.
He's gonna kill you.
I love pissing people off with my mispronunciations.
I was like, oh, that's not a word. Me who comes into the chat every day saying, what's good, Scrinkle, you know?
See,
Yeah,
see, here's how I piss people off. I would direct you guys to Dom's DMs with me, but that's not an
Oh
option.
no, please.
Like,
No, I legit, just to bug Dom, the other night. Where is it?
It was literally last night.
I lost your DMs already, oh no.
well, I guess
There they are.
Well, before,
Okay.
before you say it, first of all, back on the whole mispronunciation things. Hey, hey, Fabian, this is a message for Nyan. Hey, look, it's Narn Spinkles. There you go. Tell her I said that. I await the DMs. Okay,
You
continue.
don't want to do that, man.
Okay, it was me joking about fucking one of my hyperfixations. I'm not gonna say what it is for now. But just to bug Dom, I said, and I quote, I'm gonna use the appropriate voice for this too.
Aren't hyperfixations fun? Oh,
Can I
You
ask who said that?
fucking Redditor.
Damn.
You
It was just
fucking
a bug.
Redditor.
Dom.
Okay, here's the thing. I would have laughed my ass off if it was Dom.
Dom said similar
No.
things.
Similar, but not the same.
Are you gonna expose him?
Is this the fucking Dom call-out post now? Or what?
This is a Dom call-out post. He uses uvu all the time.
All I did was draw Tanjiro. All I did was draw Tanjiro.
Yes, but you did not draw what I requested of you.
You know what? The stream's not gonna be over until he finishes coloring it. Yeah.
Did
Watch
his
it.
earrings rock?
All right, then congrats. Congrats. I'm gonna be leaving before the stream's over because I have plans after the stream.
Please.
You're
don't
not
do
the
that.
only one.
Yeah, Dom and I both have plans after the stream, actually.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but I do think I have something to help with the whole indie versus mainstream ordeal.
Which is?
Fan games.
Oh.
How indie and
Nintendo
mainstream
stuff.
react to fan games.
Ah!
Nintendo.
Oh, hi,
sucks.
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, let's just go ahead and get the elephant in the room out of the way. Nintendo is a bit of a con when it comes to any sort of fan game. Like,
Oh, Nintendo sucks ass when it comes to fan games.
literally, if you have a fan game and it has Mario, guess what? Lawsuit!
Banned.
Like,
You're banned from your free trial of life has ended.
that's pretty much it. Nintendo, like, I don't even know where they got this whole, like, just mindset of, we do not accept any game but our own.
It's almost like fan games are free promotion, but okay.
Like, seriously, especially if you make a fan game that is literally made to promote your popular franchise, and you're still just like, wait, that's illegal.
And it pisses me off because they technically have the right to do that.
I'll never understand them. But yeah, Nintendo, in short, Nintendo, when it comes to fan games, no.
What was the one Pokemon thing?
Oh god.
Brick
Uranium. It was uranium.
How'd that go?
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
talking about
immediately
the
down.
Oh god, I see. Ion has responded.
Yeah, I
I
know.
see you, Ion, in the chat. Hey, Nyan, how are you? I totally didn't. I totally didn't tell Fabian to say anything. Oh, I've asked for whatever.
It's like, the fact that Nyan immediately knew something was up. And it had to have involved us.
I know, Mason, comma, I know.
It just
But yes, let's go on to the side of indies for fan games. Dana, you definitely have the floor for this one.
Wait, why me?
because you know more about fan games
You're a
than us.
FNAF
Because
nerd.
I'm
Just because I play more doesn't mean I know more about it.
yeah, it does. Anyway, go on.
Games are superior.
Eh.
Some of them.
Yes, we are
Come on
preying on
now.
your anxiety.
Okay, but I'd say for indies, I mean, they're a lot more supporting when it comes to fan games or like fans, basically fan projects of any type that support Man, my brain is not wanting to cooperate today. But, and I would say, yeah, Indy is more supportive of fan projects. In fact, there are some, who I've lost respect for, that did, like, actually help fund fan projects. But we don't talk about that anymore.
It's like we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk, more like we don't talk about Cawthon.
I deadass have no idea what you're referring to.
It's best if you didn't. I'll tell you when you're older.
See, real quick. I was gonna say, I was so tempted to play the sound effect I have from We Don't Talk About Bruno, but then I remembered Disney.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah, we'll get to Disney in a bit, but
If we have time to, we have 15 minutes!
don't worry, time.
Oh, I need to
Also,
I need
15
to
minutes.
hurry.
We started at like 7:20.
And?
It's...
50 minutes.
Jason?
Your argument's invalid.
It's almost 9!
I got school tomorrow, bro.
We got shit to do!
Okay, then let me speed this up. So Winnie is very responsible about playing games. So Indy is more forgiving. Like, if it's like a fan game that also has a lot of love and passion put into it, or just a fan project, you know, fan games is like the one thing that pops into my head when I think about this stuff. When it comes to that, indie companies are more forgiving. They are more accepting of these projects. Like, unless it's
Nintendo.
We'll get to mainstream in a second. But
We already got to mainstream. I'm just bashing Nintendo more.
I know you are. But of course, there's a difference between a fan and a blatant ripoff.
Yeah.
Any examples y'all want to bring up?
Hmm.
I guess like
Dana, how about you bring up one?
Oh!
like I would yeah, like it's this is like one part of this becomes a little bit controversial, but we're still gonna continue with it because we're crazy.
I'm not. You guys can. I'm not.
So you say. But yeah, like, so obviously indie creators do draw the line at when a project that they see is blatantly copying what they made with some minor differences here and there. Keyword minor. Like if it's like to the point where they're literally copying every single line or every single idea that they had, then yeah, I could see why indie creators would be like, yo, shit, this is just wrong. This is bad. This is illegal. Get rid of it.
Why'd you give it that, like, bitchy tone?
Excuse me, I cannot accept I can't accept this project. This project is a blatant copy of my idea. Get rid of it right now, mister.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's just how
Don't
good I
wanna
imagine
do
every
this
indie
again.
creator just sounds.
Oh.
Dude, it sounds like that one fucking Cloud from Adventure Time.
Oh my god. It's so
Lonely Space
fucking
Princess?
unfair. But yeah, like, so yeah, indie creators, they do like fan projects, but even they know when to draw the line. Mainstream, on the other
Sounded
hand,
like a Orochimaru.
kind of a different story. Mainstream, we already know Nintendo's an asshole, but especially like when it comes to like, because there are some like video games that I've played that feel like a certain type of like another game that I've played, be it like Battlefield or Call of Duty or Minecraft or anything like that. Wait a minute, now that just got me thinking. Would Roblox be considered its own thing, or was it like a copy of something else that just kind of branched off into its own thing?
Being
Roblox is more
considering
about
what
the
it
things in
originally
it.
was.
Okay,
From
both
what
of you
it
talked, and I have no
originally
idea
was.
which answer I was listening to.
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
literally, I
that's
Roblox,
just...
first.
I'd say, has become more of a platform at this point. Like a platform to make games.
Yeah, I can see that, because obviously there's a whole bunch of the games that we have to play on Roblox. Hey, that should be our next game night.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Roblox Insanimators game night.
Oh no.
Let's play
You're gonna-
Royale High.
Oh,
You're
God.
No!
You're
Actually-
gonna have
I'm
to be
picking.
careful.
Actually, a good one that we could do is probably Monster Prom.
Ooh, that would be a fun
By
one.
Roblox.
That would be a fun one.
Maybe-
I still have the games and all their DLCs because Jaeger's bitch ass spent money on me.
Wow! Don't insult him, will ya?
No,
He
I'm not
wasn't a stream
insulting
right
him. I'm
now.
insulting his behavior because he shouldn't have done that.
There's a lot of things.
Jaeger, we love you.
We do.
We love you, Jaeger. Thank you, actually. Very thankful.
But yeah,
Oh,
mainstream
but
is a little less forgiving, especially like because when people want to make fan games about like a certain franchise or a title that they really like, it's really hard to do without that mainstream company slapping them with a lawsuit or like literally sending them a letter saying, "Hey, don't do this."
Cease and
Yeah.
desist.
No, that just reminds me of this fucking clip where it's like, "Hey, that cloud looks like Mickey Mouse, and that looks like a cease and desist from Disney."
Nah.
But I think it's a little different when something is considered a public domain,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because at that point,
now.
like, at that point, you can just really do whatever the fuck you want as long as you are within that public domain.
What'd you say?
Can you make layer 3 like parent?
Oh yeah, hang on. As in fully transparent or only a little?
Do it at about like 50. That'll be fine.
Alright, we got it.
So,
Okay.
I think a good example of this is Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, hopefully this won't get taken down because I just mentioned Winnie the Pooh. But here's the thing, like, obviously Disney copyrighted Winnie the Pooh. It's, you know, it's him. It's like a stuffed bear in a red shirt. Public domain Winnie the Pooh has no shirt. Wait, so like,
Exactly.
so as long as you avoid the red shirt,
Winnie is a girl.
so as long as you I'm just gonna address him as they. How you like that?
Bite you.
By the way, because it was mentioned before the stream started, I'm just gonna say, if you're mentally and emotionally prepared, you may look in the arts channel. I told you I
Oh,
was held
boy.
hostage.
Oh god, I'm gonna look at this. Look at this. Oh, he's got a beautiful little flower for me.
Yeah, he's so handsome.
I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I kind of expected more tentacles.
You can't say that and not give
That's
anyone
pretty
a context. First of all, there is another side that will have more, but
Alright.
be patient with me.
Alright, I fucking will.
Come on.
But, let's see. But it's like, but yes, Nyan. Winnie the Pooh without the red shirt. As long as you're able to basically, as long as you're able to make any image or make any project relating to public domain Winnie the Pooh, which is without the red shirt, then you're in the clear. Like there's there's nothing
Dang it!
like there's nothing Disney can really do as long as you have that particular version of Winnie the Pooh as your standpoint. But the moment you put on that red shirt on that bear, it's over. It's a wrap for you. And it's a wrap for this stream as well. So,
Thank you everybody
I'm
so much for
prepared to
watching.
so let's start.
Wait, I'm not done shading Tanjiro.
Don't worry, we will stretch this goodbye as long as we can until you get it done.
Okay, I'll speed shade.
All right, so
might ask.
Obviously, I have to do Ark's bullshit and like let you know about all the stuff. Like, be sure to check us out on our Twitter and our socials. Be sure to join our public server, where we literally don't even use it.
We spent a whole section on advertising, and yet, dude,
You literally cut out on that one, so I have no idea what you said.
we spent a whole section of this stream on advertising, and yet you sound so unenthused about advertising our own stream.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking up it up. Be sure to check out our socials, Twitter, and be sure to subscribe and click that bell, poggers.
No!
You asked for this, Dana. You literally asked for this. This is just...
Okay, but for real. We got a Twitter. Follow us on that. We tweet dumb shit, which I'm pretty sure it's me most of the time.
No, actually, I haven't logged into the Insanimators account in months, but yeah.
Alright, who done did it?
It's Ark.
I definitely feel like it would be Dana's thing, but whatever.
No, I'm rarely on Twitter, period.
Yeah,
No.
so we got a Twitter, we got a Discord. Like, join us on that one if you want. We have a donation thing, so please give us money.
Please give us money.
Ouch.
And if not by
Money.
donating, then at least check out Game Castle, our one and currently only affiliate until we get Pretzel Rocks. Arc, I'm telling you about this. Game Castle, if it's a board game, if it's a card game, if it's a D&D, they have it, and they probably have it in the, and they probably have it in your favorite, show or franchise. So why don't you check it out? Because any purchase you make while using that link, it'll give us a bit of kickback. So, why not? But anyway, I think that will about wrap it up about this whole battle with Indy versus mainstream.
It's not even a battle. It was supposed to be just a discussion.
Yeah, but we make everything dramatic because we endorse violence here at the Insanimators.
Yeah,
No,
why
we
the
did
fuck? Why do you think I made the thumbnail what it is?
Exactly. It's we are literally we promote violence, guys. Make sure to
Thank you,
use
everybody,
violence.
so much for watching. This is Wendy and Insanimators next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, I think. I don't know. We are the Insanimators, so stay insane, everyone.
Bye, Scrinkle.
Pogger!